Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Thank you for joining me on my segment with Craft Around the Clock. My name is Kim from Yesterday's Tomorrows. We're going to do a upcycle today with something I just had around the house that I want to make pretty again. And we're going to be using essential stencils today. So if you're watching this and you don't see that red live button, oh, there you go, up in the corner, that means you're watching on the replay. And if you are, if you could just put in the comments, #replay, and let me know you're watching. And also let me know if you're new so I can welcome you to our page here and become a fancy friend. Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Happy Wednesday. Hello, Miss Tracy. How are you? Hope you're feeling better, sweetie. Yay. So we're going to do an Easter project today. Well, it's spring. It's spring because this is something that I'm going to be able to keep around all the time. It's not just Easter. So I had this hanging in my house, Cafe de Flores, whatever. Hey, Jacqueline. And I'm going to repurpose it, make it something brand new. So ladies, you don't always have to go out and buy something new. You have take something that you have, put a coat of paint on it, decoupage a napkin, put some transfers on there, some stenciling, whatever, and you could turn it into something brand new. Hi, Patricia and Stephanie and Dawn, Claudia, Luann. Thank you, Tracy. Hi, April. How are you? All right, so this is something I had at home. Let me show you what we're going to add to it. This is from Essential Stencils. This is from their new spring release. It's called Cottontail Cottage. It's called. Let me show you what it says. Hi, Kim. There we go. Is that right? Yeah, there we go. No. Cottontail Cottage, okay? And if you can see what it says, bunny trail, garden tour, egg hunt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave out the bunny trail, I'm going to leave out the egg hunt, and Cottontail Cottage, afternoon tea served daily, and then this can be kept out all year round. Hi, Claudia. I'm glad you caught me live too. Hello, Nancy. So you can repurpose these. You don't have to use it exactly what it's meant for, and if you don't put the bunny trail in the egg hunt, but you can put it on if you want, it doesn't have to be Easter, and then I can keep it up all year round. Then I'm going to put these transfers on called Vintage Floral Bunnies. I know it's backwards, ladies. Mr. FB does not want us to have where you can see it the right way anymore. Hi, Mary Spicer. How are you? I hope you're doing well, sweetie. So this is Vintage Floral Bunnies right there. All these are from Essential Stencils, ladies, and you can get these on their website. I made sure that they had them in stock. How many times did I come on here, show your project, and they were already out of stock? So, wait, I don't know. I checked yesterday and they were still in stock. So I hope they still are today. All right. But look at, guys, look how stinking cute. Now they don't just scream Easter. They scream spring and summer. They are just the cutest little things, right? So it comes in, you get 2 sheets. The bunnies and the eggs are bigger than the other, right? So that's the big one. We're not going to use the big one. Here's the small one. I already used something on there. And they're just the smaller bunnies. Sorry about my light there, guys. And with the eggs. And they're just smaller. And we're going to put those bunnies here on the corners of this. Lisa Hawkins is here. Hello. And Linda Dietrich. Linda, I think your Easter ornament that you sent me last year is on this tree, if I'm not mistaken. I hope it's you. Oh, because look, guys, our tree is turned into spring and Easter now. So if you would like to send an ornament for a tree, please just private message me and I will send you my address and you can send an ornament for the tree. I keep them every year and I put the ones back on there. And if you could just put your name and the date on the back, and this way I know who has sent them. And I just love decorating with the ones I get from the previous years. Hi, Karen. Let's see. Is this? Oh, no, it's not. No, it's a different Linda. I'm sorry. This is Linda DeVore. I apologize. Wrong Linda. I apologize. There we go. Isn't that pretty? But she put her name and her name and her date on the back of it. So anyway, all right, let's get started. So we have some time here to finish. All right. Hello, Miss Pat. How are you? Okay. So what I'm going to paint it in is a green. Now I'm using Pink Couture. Now it says Autumn Sage on it. What I did was, because there was only about this much left, and this was a little bit too dark for me, I added Arctic White from Pink Couture and I made my own custom color. Could you see that? It's a little bit lighter. So now I have this container of a lighter green that I can use for my spring projects. So it had about this much paint left in it, and I just added white, and now I have a beautiful lighter green to use on my projects. Hi, Deborah. Debbie Short is here. Hello, sweetie. How are you? All right, so let's get started painting with this. Guys, just for the, FYI, it's extremely windy here. And for some reason I lose internet or something like that, then you know why. Thanks, Carrie. Yes, guys, we're in our new home. Look at this. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. All right. And we have Chris is here. And if I'm missing any comments, guys, I so apologize. Hi, Deb. All right, so let's get painting, and then we're going to do the stenciling. Now, I don't know if this is going to need 2 coats because of the writing on here. But can you see the difference in this is the rim, right? That with the old paint. Look at the difference in the color, right? So you can custom make your own colors by just having the color white in your arsenal and adding it to your paint and making your own colors, guys. So that's what I did here. And it's a real pretty green. That autumn sage is one of my favorite colors too. Now, hey, Mary Snyder, how are ya? Thanks for dropping by, guys. And thank you for all the hearts. I so appreciate it. This way, some of our friends that are not getting the notifications in their feed, maybe they'll see us and they'll want to come and join us. And they can see how you can turn something that you already have in your home into something new. So you don't have to go out and buy. I don't buy something, just repaint it, put some decoupage something on it, and you turn it into something new for your house. Guys, I can't tell you how long I've had this hanging in my home, and it served its purpose. I loved it when I had it, but now I need a freshening up. Spring is the time, well, for me anyway, I freshen up my house, and I usually decorate it a little bit different each year, put new things up. There we go. I love the color. Oh, and I'm not seeing any comments. Woo! Unless you guys are not saying anything, you're just paying attention to what I'm doing. I hope that's not what is happening, because you know what happened last time. I could not see any comments, and I don't know what happened to that. All right. Now I'm getting around here, so I need a little brush that's a little bit smaller. Guys, if you're here, somebody make a comment so I know that the comments are working and it's not Mr. FB that's doing that on me. Oh, there we go. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And I want to say thank you again, everybody who joined me on Saturday in the Junk Journal Jubilee that I was in. I appreciate you stopping by and joining. Oh, it just says everybody's watching. I'm not getting any comments. Wah, wah. Wah, wah. I do not like when that happens. I love to see what you're saying in the background. All right, I might have to. Let me put this on, and then let me open up my Amazon. I don't even know what it is. Amazon Fire, and see if I can get comments on there. Oh my goodness. I don't like that. And let's see who's here. Priscilla's here. Sharon is here. Thanks, everybody. And thank you for the hearts. All right. So if you just came on, we're going to be using a few of the Essential Stencils. Their new, their spring release that they just put out. And we're going to be using some of their stencils. And the transfer is not from their spring release, though, guys. That's from another, I think it was from last year, but it's cute. It's cute. All right, hold on, guys. Let me see if I can pull you up on this thing. Maybe here I will see comments. Hold on. And we got Brenda. Sorry, guys. I just like to have a conversation with you while I do this. So let's see. Here we go. Yesterday's Tomorrows. They say I'm live. Oh, goodness gracious. There we go. Let's pull me up. And then I can see, because I know you ladies are saying something to me And I want to say hello and see who's stopping by and who's live, who's coming on for the first time. Oh, goodness. Well, while I do that, I might as well start drying this, right? All right. Well, we got to dry this anyway, so let me... Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can get us up here. Here we go, ladies. There we go. I see comments. Kim said, am I in a new space? Thank you. No, this is my same space, but I got a beautiful new backdrop. Hi, Marcia. Oh, thank you, Brenda. You like my headband? Thank you. Doris Reach just came in from New Brunswick, Canada. Well, welcome. Sandra is here. Doris Reach is here. Oh, this is great. Now I can see comments. I knew something was going on with that. There we go. All right. I knew something was up with that. All right, so let's get this dry real quick. And then we will... There. Okay. Whoop. I can see comments. Well, thank you. Deb, you love my tree. Thank you. Well, remember, if you want to send an ornament, a spring or Easter, doesn't have to be Easter. It can be just spring. Whatever you want to, you know, that kind of a theme, send them. All you need to do is private message me and I'll give you my address. Hello, Sue from Second Time Around. How are you, friend? So glad to see you from Australia. Oh my God, ladies, we have somebody from all the way across the world here. Isn't that the coolest thing? Isn't that amazing? How are you? Edith is here. Hi, Edie. Thank you. Edie is always so kind to spread the love and blessings to our page, guys. Thank you so much. All right. I think just gonna need a little bit more paint, and then we will and then we're just gonna stencil that on. Thank you, Kim. Many years ago, and I believe I got this at Michael's, guys, but it was many years ago. Many years ago. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with the scrolling part. I'm probably going to keep it. I might refresh it and just add a little bit of a whitewash, whitewash over it to enhance the high points, if that makes sense. And I think that's what I'm going to do with it. But that would be all I would do to it. That would be all. All right, so let's just get a little bit more paint on the where it's showing through. Just a little bit. There we go. And I love this big brush, ladies. This is the same brushes that I use all the time that I get on Amazon. Same company, but now they make it in a wider version, which is so nice for when you're doing, bigger projects. So you don't have to take forever to paint, right? It works out really well. There we go. There we go. So this should do it. And then we'll start our stenciling. Virginia's here. Hello, Jenny. We have some people from the fancy clubhouse here. Thanks, ladies. There we go. And I think that should cover everything up. That should do the trick. That should do the trick. There we go. Oh, I'm so glad I have this little extra device here so I can see your comments. There we go. All right, and right there. Now, I'm not really trying, if you see me, I'm going different ways like that. I want this to look old and aged. So if you give it if you make the brush strokes different ways, across and sideways, it gives more of a vintagey feel, I think. So Sue's here. Hi, Sue. All right, so we're going to dry this, and then we're going to put this on, guys. We're going to stencil this on right here. Well, let me get it so it's the right way for you guys. Now that we can't have our cameras turned anymore, Mr. FB. All right. So it says Cottontail Cottage, and I'm just going to put Garden Tour and Afternoon Tea Served Daily. The Bunny Trail and the Acorns, I'm going to leave it out because this way I can, if you put that in, then it's more It's more Eastery, if that makes sense. And I don't want it to have to be taken down this sign. I want to leave it up, you know, this spring and summer. So, and then I'm not sure about these little florals here. I might put those in there, but we'll see. In case you just popped in. And then we're going to be adding, this is all from Essential Stencils, and we're going to be adding these bunnies. See those two top bunnies? They're going to go on both ends. And look how cute they are. And they don't scream Easter. I mean, they do if it's an Easter project, if you make it. But anyway, we're going to put this at the end. You purchased that one last week, Claudia? Oh, you're going to love it. It's so nice. I'm great, Mary Beth. And how are you, sweetie? I'm doing well. Doing well. All right, it's almost dry. And then I'm going to be painting it in, or stenciling in, the color Italian Ivory, which is Paint Couture's Italian Ivory. It's an antique white color. I just get it in the big jars, guys, so I put them in little containers after I get it. This way, I'm not contaminating a big jar by opening and closing it, opening and closing it. And then it starts to dry out after a while. And then you got to add water to it and all that kind of stuff. So since I use it all the time, I get the big jars, cheaper that way. And then I just transfer them to these little plastic things. And you can get these little plastic jars, or you can save your jars from whatever, butter or anything you use or use it. And you can put your paints in there if you buy the big jars. All right, so that should be good. All right, now let's see what we're gonna do. Okay, so here we go. Let's get our, and let me get a paper towel to offload. There we go. Hey, Pam, how are you, sweetie? Thanks for coming by. All right, oh, here we go. I should open this before we came on. Ah, easy. Thank you for the hearts, everybody. I so appreciate you guys. You have no idea. That means so much. That means a lot. All right, so if you see, that's not going to all fit. All right, so let me stand up while I do this real quick. And, oh, hold on. It's a little bit wet right here. Let me just dry that. Hi, Tracy. Yes, my background has changed. We're in a new home here. We have a different scenery. Can I be, tell you, I was getting sick of the scenery. The same old pink wall and this little shelf. I was getting tired of it too. So I'm like, if I'm tired of it, you guys must be tired of seeing me in the same old. So I changed it. All right, so we're going to do the bunny here, right like that, and the cottontail. And I think that's going to be just perfect. Now, because it's not lying flat, it might be a little bit difficult, if you're doing it like that on a flat surface. So I'm going to have to hold that down, do that, and then push this down. And I just want to make sure that I have enough space here that I want to make sure I can get that afternoon tea there. So I want to push that up there. Okay. All right, ladies, let's start. Let's, fingers crossed that this works. Where am I located? Doris, I am in New Jersey. New Jersey. Where are you located? The Garden State. Now, remember when you stencil, you want to offload your brush. When you do it, you want a dry brush. Okay. Now, I know I usually say put your pixie spray on the back of your stencils. You get a better, it won't move on you, but not with this stencil because I'm going to be moving it, and so I'm not going to be able to do that. All right, so now remember, do not be afraid of stencils. What's the worst thing that can happen is that you have to paint over it and you redo it again, right? That's the worst thing, guys. That's it. That's the worst thing that could happen is that you have to paint over it. No big deal, right? No big deal. All right, so let's get that in there. Ooh, I want to get his ear in there. Okay, and let's get his little body. Now, I'm not looking for perfect. I kind of want this to have an old look to it. I'm just making sure that's right. Okay, let's get the bunny done. Once the bunny's done, I can lay this a little flatter. New Brunswick, Canada. Well, welcome, Canada. And thank you, Sharon. You like our new background? You like Yesterday's Tomorrow's new background? I'm so happy. I said to Mr. Fancy, I said, you think anybody's going to even notice? He says, I think so. There we go. There we go. All right, so it's kind of hard to get it on a little surface like this where, you know, you got to get it into a little area. Okay, let's get this part up here done. Hold on. Whoop. And let's see what he looks like so far. Oh, he looks good. The buddy looks good. Yay. I think he looks great. He's a cute, there we go. Look how cute. Can you see? Let me show you. Look, the bunny. There he is. How cute is he? Is this a little wet right here? No, that's not wet. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. All right, so now it's going to be a little easier because now we can lay this we can lay this down. Do you see what I mean? Now it will be able to lie flat. Now, since it can lie flat, let me take my pixie spray. You love my background too? Thanks, Irma. It's so pretty, right? I love it. It's so us here at Yesterday's Tomorrows, right? Because we love all things shabby chic and vintage and florals and all that kind of stuff. So it's us, right? Okay. So this is just going to make it, you know what? When you're stenciling, Kim, you should know, you do not want anything that's going to move your stencil around and make it smear. So move that down. Oh, Kim, you know better than that. There we go. Okay. You do not want it moving around because you want it to sit still so you don't get any smears. Okay. All right. So let's do this. How are we doing with time? Oh, we're doing great with time. We're good. We are good, good, good. I know. Hello, Sheila. It's such a pretty green. Such a pretty green. Like I said, I mixed it myself. It's autumn. It's Paint Couture. You know, that's my paint of choice. I love Paint Couture's paint. And it's Autumn Sage and Arctic White. And I just kept adding Arctic White until I got the color that I wanted. And that is it. Now, everybody stencils different. I just like to go in a circular motion. You do like you stencil the way you like to stencil. But I have more control when I feel like I can, when I just do it this way in the circular motion. Thank you, Cindy. What did I spray on it? It's called Pixie Spray. Can you see that? Whoa, Pixie Spray. I get it on, I think you can get it at Michael's or stuff like that, but I get it on Amazon, so I'm not quite sure exactly if you can get it at Michael's. But it's great it's got a lot of uses. It's great for stenciling. Hold your stencils down so they don't move on you. But it's also great for putting on fabric or ribbon and making bows, sparkly bows. In the holiday time, if you want sparkly bows, you make your bow, you spray on that, and then you take your diamond dust and sprinkle that on your bow that you just sprayed your diamond dust on, and you've got a beautiful sparkly bow. Love it for that. I think I might love it for that more than I love it for stenciling. Thank you, Norma. I appreciate it. Thank you for explaining it. Maybe sometimes I don't explain things right. All right. So I think that's good. Hold on. Now I want to might want to do that in 2 coats. Not sure. Now, if you're going to do 2 coats, you want to make sure your first coat's dry, or otherwise you're not really giving it 2 coats, if that makes sense. All right. Let me just give it a little bit more. Just like so. Don't rush your project, ladies. Take your time when you're doing it. Okay, and let me get the cottage down. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to get that garden tour in there, but that's okay because I definitely want afternoon tea daily. I'm a tea drinker, guys. If you don't know that, I am a tea drinker. Hot tea in the morning, cold tea in the afternoon, all day long. Oh, goodness gracious. Love my tea. So I definitely want that in there. Okay, so I'm just taking whatever paint that I have left on the brush and giving it another swirl around the cottage part. And do we have anybody asking any questions? Some always falls off. Yeah, definitely. That's why they're saying be careful when you're using it if you've got pets or children around, because it is shards of glass. It is shards of glass. But my bows usually are going to be on my Christmas trees and things like that. So it's usually okay. I mean, it doesn't fall. When I do it, it usually doesn't fall off that much. But I put a hefty thing of pixie spray on it. So maybe that has something to do with it. Not sure. Okay, guys, we're almost ready for the big reveal. Hold on. Now, when you're doing this and you want to make sure that it's the way you like it, what I like to do is hold my hand down at some point right here. You got a free hand. This hand is holding it steady. And I can lift it up. Do I like it, how it looks? Yes. Take the same thing here. Hold this down. Do I like what I see here? And yes, I do. And oh, it looks great. Now, the only thing I don't know is that I might, it looks great, right? Look at that. Cottontail Cottage. Okay, so let's dry that. And then we'll see about placing, you got to dry it first because I'm not going to put that exactly, that afternoon tea, you know, exactly where it is on there, if that makes sense. So I got to dry that first. Well, let's dry that. And then here on the both ends are going to be where the transfers are going to go. So thank you, Pam. Now, I'm still not sure. I did the Buddy White up there. Not sure. I might kind of change it to a pale pink. I'm not sure. But guys, do you ever do projects and then you do it and then you look at it and you sometimes change your mind? Well, that's one good thing about stencils. All you have to do is put this right back over that and then make it another color if you wanted to. So don't be afraid of stenciling. It's so easy. And if you didn't like everything, what do? I could just take a coat of this green paint, cover this right up, and start again. No big deal, right? No big deal. All right. I think that should be dry. Okay. Now, let's see. Afternoon tea daily. Hold on, gotta stand up. Afternoon tea daily. Yeah, see here's where the cottage was before. And see here, afternoon tea daily is down below. So that's why, I had to lift that off, dry that, and then put this down. And I don't know. Perfectly imperfect. Is that where I want it? Absolutely. Pam, is this a good place to put it? Thank you, Lulu. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jacqueline. That's the look I was going for. This is so us here at Yesterday's Tomorrows, right? Okay, so let's put the afternoon tea down daily. I think that's the best I can. Center it. And I think that's perfectly imperfect. And remember, ladies, if you love it, that's all that matters, right? If you love it for your home, what I try to do in here, I try to inspire you to make beautiful things for your home that you absolutely just fall in love with. And if you fell in love with it for your home, it's all that matters, and it's beautiful. So, hey, Christina, how are you? Glad you caught me live too. Yay. All right. Now, remember, ladies, if you're going to order any of these, anything from Essential Stencils, do not forget to use my discount code, which is yesterday. And if you do, you'll receive 10% off your entire order. Now, they just came out with a beautiful, I didn't order it yet, but I've got to, a beautiful new transfer that looks like doors like this with all the flowers around it. Did you see it? Oh my gosh. Stunning. Just stunning. And they're on sale. And then you were able to get another 10% off with my code yesterday. So go check it out while it's still on sale. So you get the best price possible. Yes, they're from Essential Stencils. And then my code, that I do have a discount code, which is yesterday. And they will give you 10% off your order. And right now they're having a sale. And they're having a sale on that beautiful one with the windows and the doors. Oh my God, it's just gorgeous. Okay. Oh my gosh. You know when you do something and it turned out okay, and you go, woo! All right, so I know it's going to look backwards, guys, but Cottontail Cottage afternoon tea served daily. Yikes. All right, how pretty is that? Let me close this up. Let's get this out of here, and let's do the transfers. All right. So before we do it, let me just get this dry a little bit. I hate to smear my work that I just did. Just like that. Now remember, this was just a sign that I had up in my house for a while. I'm sure you ladies must have a sign in your house somewhere that you've had for a long time, right? All you need to do is put paint on it, like I said, put some stenciling on it, whatever, and you could turn it into something brand new for your home without having to go out and buy something new. There we go. Which is nice, if you repurpose something from your home, you can go out and get all the fun things, all the new fun things like transfers and new stencils and stuff like that, right? So, hey, thank you, Pat. I appreciate it. All right. Okay, so let's pick out our, let's get our bunnies going here. All right, so let me cut them out. I'm going to use these two bunnies right here. So let's cut those out. I was going to say, maybe I'll put an egg there, but I'm not going to put an egg because then egg means Easter, and I want to keep this up all year round. So it's just going to be the bunnies. And if I have extra room in there, then I think what I'll do is there's these little flower things right here, right? And I can add the flowers into that. So we'll see. We will see. But I'm not going to, okay, that one's going to go there. Oh, how stinking cute. I was going to add the egg, but that defeats the purpose of me wanting to keep this up, past Easter time. So you love this so much. Oh, I'm so glad. And hey, Jeannie. Yeah. Oh, Tracy, they sure would. They sure would. Absolutely. All right, so let me cut this a little bit more right here. Let's get the excess off. Look how cute those little bunnies are going to look there. Aren't they the most cutest things you've ever seen? And remember, this set of bunnies are called, I think it's vintage. Hold on, am I? Vintage floral bunnies. If you're looking on Essential Stencils, it's vintage floral bunnies. All right, so let me get my little doohickey stick so I can put them down. All right, and let's get that like that. So shabby. I know, right, Sharon? It is shabby. All right, so I think that's going to look perfect. Right? Guys, if you know me enough, putting down a transfer is not the easiest thing for me because I'm like, is it going to look okay there? Sometimes it's like, I don't know. Should I lay it down? Should I put it down? These wooden ones are a little easier for me to use. You can use anything you want to put your transfers down with, ladies. You could even use, like I used one time, was a spatula because I was downstairs. Oh, thank you, Tracy. Little teacups. Yes. That would be perfect for me since I am such a tea drinker. Oh my gosh, in heaven. I love my tea. All right. Look how easy these come off. Now you're going to want to put a top coat on this, ladies. You're definitely going to want to seal it. My sealer of choice is Extreme Guard Top Coat from Paint Couture. Let me show you what it looks like. Oh, it's backwards. I keep forgetting. But it's Paint Couture Extreme Guard Top Coat. Now, this is gloss. They have any shine that you want. But Extreme Guard Top Coat. It will keep this beautiful forever. It was originally made for that product for kitchen cabinets, which I do have it on my kitchen cabinets. I did mine 5 years ago, and they're still like new. And this is water resistant. If you get anything water, because you know transfers do not like water, you can wipe it off real quick. And it's a tough top coat. So that's my recommendation, and that's what I'm going to be doing on here. And what I do is I do three thin coats. 3 thin coats. Thank you, Pam. Put it down. I know, right? Put it down. Just get it down. It's going to be totally fine. But do 3 thin coats. And that will, instead of 1 thick coat. Okay, here we go. Well, here we go, Pam. Pam, should I just put it down? There we go. There. The bunny's down. Yay. Oh my God, these bunnies are the cutest things ever. And I have to show you when it comes around, ladies, what I did with one of these bunnies too last year. And I'm going to be doing it again because we have a lot of new fancy friends on here. So I'm planning on doing another one again because Fancy Friend last year sent me some more of the eggs that I did my original project on. And so I want to do another one with the same transfer. Once it comes around, I will get it on the tree. Woo. There we go. Hey, Kimberly. Yeah, just look around your home, ladies. Yeah, Kimberly, this was just in my home, on my wall, for how long? And I said it needs to be, something new needs to be on there. Something new. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Mary. Okay, and another thing, remember, don't forget, big fancy word, burnish. All that means is you got to make sure, I do it in a circular motion, is make sure you get that down, because if you go to put your top coat on, if there are any spaces that are not completely down, your top coat will go underneath, and eventually, weeks from now, you'll start to see it lifting, and you're like, what the heck is that all about? Why is it lifting? All right, there we go. So let me hold this up and let you guys can tell me what you think. Oh my gosh, isn't that cute? That's adorable, right? Let me get you up. There we go. Cottontail Cottage with the cute little bunnies on both ends, just like that. Now, I do like to edge it out. Okay, so let me show you what I use for that. Okay, archival ink in Ground Espresso, right? I'm going to edge it all out. But I can't edge it out until I put all my top coats on. And can I tell you the reason for that? Years ago, I don't know if they changed their formula or whatever. Maybe you ladies are having the same problem with this. But I do love it. I love this product. But if I put this on first and then do my top coat, it's changing the color of this. It's changing for me to like a green color. I don't know why. If any of you are finding you're having the same thing, let me know. So I put all my top coats on, and then I'm going to go out and go around the edges here, all in here, because I want the, we don't want this to look brand new. I want it to look old, right? So this will have to be put on later. I cannot put this on now for some reason. And it's not waterproof. It says it is. If I go to stamp with this, and then I use my top coat, even if I let it dry for 24 hours, or maybe even 48 hours, I'm still having a problem with it smearing. And I don't know why. I don't know why. But I cannot find another color that I like better than this. Extreme mine is Ground Espresso. So this is the top coat. And ladies, I am an affiliate with Paint Couture. Let me give you this real quick so you can find it. If you put this in the comments right now, oh, wrong one. Well, you can put YouTube too. I'm on there. I'm going to show you this and it's going to be backwards. What the heck? Okay, it's exclamation point website. All small letters, no spaces. Exclamation point website. All small letters, no spaces. If you put that in the comments, you will get the link for my website. Go on my website and you will see all paint products, Paint Couture. Hit that button. It'll take you right here where you can purchase all the paints that I used today and the top coat. Oh, Nancy, I won't. I was just there. Nancy, I was just there. Extreme Guard top coat, Paint Couture. And I appreciate if you would use that. If people use my little link, thank you. I get a small percentage whatever you buy. And then I get to continue doing what I'm doing. So and that's just a way to support my page. And I so appreciate it. Let's see if Facebook will give you that, Beverly. I hope. There we go. Yes. All right, because sometimes it doesn't. All right, so here we go. So let me show you. This is the egg I got last year from Walmart, if you remember this, ladies. And these are the same bunnies. Look how cute he is, right? And we did the crackle on him. Can you see how cute? We did the crackle on him. And this is the same vintage floral bunnies. That's the same. Maybe it's one of the ones that I just used now. I don't know, but it's from the same transfer set. And isn't that cute? That's adorable, right? So I have, and this is what they look like when they're not done. Well, this is a different color, but you get the drift. And this is when it's all with the crackle and all that, and they come out really cute. So I have a couple of these that one of our fancy friends sent me. Thank you again. And I'll be doing another one of these. Because I think they come out so gosh darn cute. Someone said they have these in Walmart again this year. I haven't seen them, so don't say I said it, but somebody said that they do carry these eggs in Walmart again this year. So I don't know, but look how stinking cute that is. Oh, Susan, you did? Yeah, I know. And they're so easy. It's a transfer, and then it's just I don't know. I think I used Fine Line Crackle. And that was it. So anyway, I know, aren't they so cute? And then my Walmart, I only grabbed one and then my Walmart ran out of them. And then one of my fancy friends said, they have them at my Walmart. I'm sending them to you. And she did. So thank you again for sending me the extra ones. I'm like, oh, perfect. Then I can use them next year. And here we go. So there's some more. She sent me a bunch of them. There's some more on our tree. So remember, ladies, if you'd like to put an ornament on our tree for spring or Easter, all you have to do is private message me. I will send you my address. And when I do get them, I open them up on the air. I just don't open them up and I put them on here. I open them up so all our fancy friends can see your beautiful ornament so I can share it with all of you. So anyway, all right. So what I'm going to finish this off. I'm going to finish this off with 3 coats of the Extreme Guard top coat. Then after I do that, I will going to etch it all out in the ground espresso. And then I think I'm just going to lighten this up a little bit here. I'm still thinking with just a dry brush of the same color, Italian Ivory from Paint Couture. But I don't know, but I think it came out cute. So remember, go through your house, ladies. Find a sign or something in your house that you can repaint or redo, and then you'll have some brand new home decor for your springtime. So, oh, Barbara, it's exclamation point website, not comments. Exclamation point website. Website, no spaces. All right, everybody, if we can just do me a favor, and also if we can keep some of our fancy friends in your prayers. God knows who needs them. We have a bunch of fancy friends that are going through some tough times right now, and some that are having some health concerns. So if we could just, but God knows who needs them. If you could just keep our fancy friends in your prayers, I would so appreciate it. Somebody's following me for 2,000 117 days. Who is that? Who is that? I don't know. Oh, hi, Cheryl Davis. How are you? All right, ladies, let me go. Our next presenter for Craft Around the Clock is going to be popping on any moment. Have a blessed rest of your day, and I will see you guys soon. Mwah. Hello, Terry Sawyer. How are you? I just saw you pop on. All right, everybody. Love yous all. And I'll give you a heart. There we go. Whoop. There we go. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.